Hello everyone and welcome back to CBReptile.com. I'm Dan the Tortoise Man, and here is one of my favorite tortoises, especially because of the size it gets. This is one of our Russian tortoises, and Russian tortoises only get about 8 to 10 inches. Usually there's a stereotype against tortoises. They're going to get that monstrous size that sulcatas as well as leopard tortoises get, which are absolutely massive. You're going to want to keep them outside. House training them can be a little bit difficult. They are adventurous and burrowing creatures, so they will cause a lot of muck inside of your house. However, these guys, these Russian tortoises, only get to that 8 to 10 inch size, so they're going to be perfect for the average tortoise owner. If you wanted to have a turtle, don't really want to worry about the aquatic turtles. You want to move more towards the tortoise side, having a burrowing tortoise, having something that you can hold out in the open and have a little bit more connection with. These guys are absolutely going to be able to know when you're around. They're going to recognize you. They're going to recognize you for feeding, and they're going to rely on you a lot of care. So they're going to absolutely love you if you choose a Russian tortoise for one of your reptile pets. The simplicity for care is a little bit tougher, so I give it out of a 5, probably around a 3. Just because they do need a lot of maintenance, and they do live a super long time, 40 years plus to be exact. So they are a lifelong friend. These guys can live, like I said, outside or inside. Outside, there's going to be a little bit more, troubles coming in when the winter comes, depending on how the climate is going to be. But they are going to be needing a heat section that is going to be about 90 to 100 degrees. That's going to be their basking area. So they love to spend a lot of time in the heat, but they also need to be able to get away from that. So they're also going to need a portion where there's a little bit darker side, probably a hide in there. That's going to be around that low of a 70 degree on the daytime, and then at nighttime you can drop anywhere to about 50 degrees on the low. So it is simulated for outside during the summer and springtime. However, in the winter months, it could be a little bit too nippy out there for them, so they're not going to enjoy that too much. These guys are burrowing creatures, so if you're going to give them a little bit of substrate, make sure that they have the ample opportunity to be able to dig around in there, bury themselves, and acclimate their temperature that wise. They are cold-blooded creatures, so they are going to need to regulate their temperature. So giving them the ample environment to choose between that 90 to 100 degree heat as well as that 70 degree low is going to be very, very important for keeping them regulated. These guys love their light. UV is not necessarily a factor when you're keeping them outside, but inside you're going to make sure that you have a UVB bulb. They need to be able to see the sun when they're outside. They need to have that UVB bulb if they're going to be inside. So we have tortoise houses for that. If you guys are trying to house them inside, at CBReptile.com. Beautiful, beautiful homes that you can keep your reptile in, and there's a hide section for them already built out. There's this grate on the top. Check out one of our videos on our tortoise house via CBReptile.com or via YouTube. And we have all the in and outs for setting up a tortoise sanctuary with those tortoise houses. A little bit back to our Russian tortoise in particular. These Russian tortoises, again, are going to need that UVB bulb inside. They're going to need that light spectrum outside. Just keep them from getting such diseases as metabolic bone disease. It's going to keep them healthy. Make sure that you guys have 12 to 14 hours of light every day. If you're going to be inside of the tortoise house, you get a hood lamp. That hood lamp is going to give them that broad spectrum of UVB light as well as that simulated daytime, so you can keep them a little bit regulated even though they're inside. These guys will get the 8 to 10 inches inside of that tortoise house, so you guys don't have to necessarily worry about that. And these guys are going to need to be soaked 3 times a week. All right, and soaking involves putting about shallow water, only up to like the bottoms of their feet. So make sure they're not going to be swimming in it. They're not very great swimmers. Sometimes they can float, and other times we lose tortoises that way. So make sure you guys aren't giving them a bath, more of a soak, and make sure it's not going to be anywhere near their face. This soak is going to be a great time for them to excrete their bowels, and that's going to be a big factor when you have water like this bowl in here. They will go in there just to go and defecate. So you're going to want to change your water every single day. It's important that they have a great water supply as well as clean water supply, so they don't get any type of bacteria inside of them. It's just healthier altogether for that animal. So water is always a big, big thing. With that, their diet comes with a very, very high water intake. They eat very, very green things like dandelions and collard greens, very, very dark green lettuces. Sometimes we feed them romaine. Romaine is if we want to make sure that they're getting enough water. When they're in their younger years, water is what is very, very important to them. So romaine is there not necessarily for the food aspect of it, but they are more for making sure that they're properly hydrated. Other very, very good food to give them to get their nutrients are carrots. We feed them a lot of carrots, bell peppers, snap peas, collard greens, squash, dandelion, and mustard leaves. And then we keep that romaine again for the younger ones, especially if they need to get a little bit more hydrated and we're worried about it. And then we also have Missouri Tortoise Chow. Tortoise Chow is little pellets that you soak up a little bit, get a little mushy, and then you can spread that either on top of the leaves or you can give it to them in a little pellet bowl, and they can feed on that as they want. When purchasing reptiles, be sure to buy only captive bred reptiles, especially tortoises. Many are taken from the wild, then farm bred with little care. Here at CB Reptile, all of our reptiles are captive bred, hand raised by knowledgeable staff with a biologist on site to ensure that all of your animals are going to be happy and healthy. If you guys like this video, give us a thumbs up, follow us on Facebook, and don't forget to smash those subscribe buttons. Stay updated on all of our weekly videos here at CBReptile.com. I can't wait to see you guys soon. And please, if you guys have any requests for any more videos, just leave it in the comment section. We'll get around to it. And we really appreciate your guys following. Have a great one from everyone here at CBReptile.com.